Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Let me lower that a little. Hello, hello, hello. Telling me then. Okay. There's no response. Oh, okay, good. I don't know. So, that's always need to know beforehand. Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me on this late afternoon stream. This is the only time I can really stream anything. Other than that, I can do like a really late night one. Having kids would do that, so but it's all good. So welcome to the season 36 class PBE Prospect Showcase. So we've been doing this for I keep, it's like the 11 or 12 seasons that I've been doing this, and it's been fun, and I wish I'm trying to think of like a different format to try to fill the off season more with this, but it is still a lot of work, and I don't know if my crazy idea will come into play, but it is a chance for everybody to kind of see their player for the first time, and there's really not much to it. It's a 4-team tournament. We're actually gonna do 2 quote unquote regular season games, just so everybody kind of get to see their team at least once. And then it's gonna go into a best of 5 and a best of 7 series. We're gonna try to speed things along. We're gonna show the elimination games. I'm hoping it won't go into these crazy reverse sweeps, because that's what happened a while. There's a few seasons ago that happened, and it was just really long, and it's just not fun. And yeah. And so, with that, we're just gonna go over the teams. I screenshotted them last night on the rookie server. If you haven't figured it out, there was a space theme this season to the team names in honor of our space team, the Lunar Base Space Rangers. Lunar Station, whatever. Lunar Station, yeah, whatever they are. So, formerly known as the Sarasota Supernovas, and formerly known as the Florida Space Rangers. I'm gonna flip over this, and I'm gonna move this over here. Ooh, there's a little bit of a lag on my side. Hopefully, that's just all right. So we're gonna go over. I'm just gonna take a quick peek at the teams again. So this is the Cape Canaveral Space Cowboys, and I'm not gonna read all the names out, but there's the Space Cowboys, and there are 19. Oh, before I forget, there are 19. This is on Chaos Mod. There are 19 players per team. And there are not everybody on there is from this class. We have to fill out the teams with inactive players that are 100 TPE, because I it's hard to fill out all 4 teams with an entire class at times. But so there are these 100 TPE IAs that are mixed in there, so not all of them are from this class, but most are. So and hopefully we'll get to see all of them. And so that's the Space Cowboys, and we have the Colorado Space Force, and I'm gonna botch some of these names, because there's some names on here that are just like this. Probing Crux. So if you know how to say it, beats me. And then we have, of course, the Sarasota Supernovas, as playing a little tribute to the team that was, and no, I used the original logo because I like that better than the space donut. If you don't know what the space donut is, you could DM me. I will show you the space donut later. Um, and and oh, and yes, there's a legend. And just to explain, there's a this Jose here. Jose is been in every single one of these prospect showcase, and in the early years, and he hasn't done it in a few seasons, but he, like, any team that he was on would win the tournament, and it was inexplicable why that is. But he's back again, and so we made it our mission to have Jose in at all times. So yeah, he lost the last two. So I think his magic is gone. So maybe one day he'll get it back, but we'll see. And the last team, the Space Station Raccoons. Don't ask me how these names came about. I'm pretty sure Punk and I were just trying to think of space theme names, and I think we just Google pictures and just went with it. Okay, so those are the four teams, and I can't guarantee that everybody's playing the position that they actually create as, because they're people are just gonna be forced everywhere. So hopefully you get to play the position that you intended to, but if not, that's okay. Oh, and also, this has no bearing. No matter how well you do, no matter how poorly you do, this has no bearing on how your season or your career will actually look. Just keep that in mind. This is a one, ridiculously small sample size. Two, you're only facing your own class of people who are all at 100 TPE. So everybody in theory are all on equal playing field. It has no bearing on where you get drafted to and so forth. So this is for fun. So don't walk out of this thinking that, oh my goodness, like I didn't do well, or or if you did well, that you're somehow a PBE god. So we're just here for fun. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that's sad. Also, I do this every other season because I keep forgetting to. When I make the file, there's the file does something where it dumps everybody onto a team. So you might see yourself in a uniform. That is not where you get drafted to. If you end up getting drafted to that team, it's just by pure coincidence. I usually remember to not do that, but I forgot to. So then everybody got dumped onto a team. So it's not some foreshadowing or leaking the draft or anything. This is just, it got, like you just have uniforms. Okay. So why don't we just jump into this, and we're gonna take a look at the first game. Is the Space Force and the Raccoons. And I just need to check my settings here because I stream like once a season now. I rarely stream. If you ever see me actually streaming anything else, it means that something terrible has happened, and someone took a hammer and broke the glass, and I am streaming. So outside of this, and let's see. I'm just gonna make sure player side. I'm gonna make them big. This somehow gets reset every single time. No, we don't want to follow it. Come on. Let's lower that. That's gonna be too loud. And we're gonna get into our first game. And I don't know if there are mods here. I keep forgetting every single time to ask mods to come out but if there is a mod among us and they want to throw up a prediction, that will be greatly appreciated. If not, that's fine, because that's my fault. I forgot to ask. I'm gonna disable this guy. All right. So we're gonna go. So the first two games are kind of these exhibition games. They don't mean anything. Well, not like any of it means anything. But after the two games, it's gonna go into a playoff style. So this is just again, for funsies and to get a chance to show people as much as they can. They are always watching. They are. Oh, there it is. See, I told you. Go. So the prediction is up. Total home runs, I believe, is. Total home runs over under 2.5. So yeah, go bet and try to gain some channel points. If you don't know how to redeem points for PvE money later, we will get that to you. There is a form to sign up to fill out your name and you just need to redeem it. But DM. Actually, I don't know who to DM best because I would admit that I don't really do the predictions that much. So, but anyways, if you have a question how to do it, DM someone. You can DM me and I'll find out and I'll get back to you. So yeah, you can DM Sports Fan 39. Thanks, Shane. Yeah, you could DM Shane and fine. And did the form work? I thought it. Did we set that up for the form? Maybe not. Okay. Oh, I thought it worked. Oh, maybe it didn't. I don't remember either. So, kudos to me. Yeah, we'll find out for that. If you just pop the question in the rookie channel. We'll drop the link in there, I guess, or someone drop the link in there. All right, so let's kick this off, and we're just gonna do casual. If you have questions about the league, about anything you want me to talk about, feel free to ask. And we're just here chilling. So we're gonna kick off the game, and good luck. Oh, let me start this. Hang on, I just need to reframe this. Come on. All right. And let me see. Awesome. All right. So we have the Space Force up. Oh, yeah. I'm using my other mic. This is a podcasting mic that I'm using. So I kind of figure because my headphone mic tends to go to sleep for whatever reason. I do really love this mic, so yeah. So I'm glad that it's working. I'll try to use it more. I just cannot get up and do things and walk around. Okay, so we have the Space Force coming up. See, I knew it. The first person, the name that I pointed out that I have no idea how to say. Probencrux? Crux? Whatever. Will be up, leading off, and it'll be Jeffrey Lebowski who is pitching. And we're just gonna get this started. Oh, actually, hang on. I need to change something. I'm gonna change an option. It's gonna be really slow. Hang on. Sorry, bear with me for a second. All right. Let's see here. All right. So, Probencrux gets on with a single, and oh, right, hang on. View high widgets. Okay. All right, let's get this moving. All right. And Jerry Rice will strike out for the first out of the inning, and Alvarez strikes out as well. And taking off is Probencrux, and he steals second. Miller with a fly ball to, well, infield fly to end the top of the first. Yeah, we're going to do this pitch by pitch. We're going to be here for like 9 years. Jose Rodriguez leads off with a fly ball to center, and that's a first out. And Gonzalez hit this one deep to left, but it'll be an out as well. La Princess Fry flies out for the third out. So a quick 1-2-3 for Huey Freeman. Yardis, the center fielder, will lead off with a little pop-up in infield, while Winfield takes the walk. So 1 on, 1 out. As Johnson gets this one past the shortstop, so it's 2 on, 1 out. With Atkins coming up, and that will be a base hit, and they will not send the runners. As bases loaded, 1 out. And that is a strikeout, a big strikeout for Lebowski. And Probencrux will fly out to end the inning. So Colorado threatens, but no score. Moving to the bottom of the second, and a high pop-up infield by False for the first out. Trey Martin will sky this one to center. Center fielder barely moves, so makes the catch. Second out, and a base hit by Rex Fuller. And that'll be a 2-out hit. And that is another 2-out hit by Skylar Strobo Jr. It's 2 on, 2 out for Rayner. Rayner will drop this one in, and Fuller comes home to score, and we have our first run of the game as the space station, the Raccoons, up 1-0. And that is a hit into the gap, and that is just 1 run by ZZZZZ. Rodriguez will get a base hit. All this with 2 outs. Okay. And they will score another one. So it's 3-0 now. And Gonzalez will ground out to the shortstop to end the inning, but not before the Raccoons take a 3-0 lead. And base hit by Jerry Rice to lead off the inning, followed by Cali Alvarez, who will take the walk. Miller will ground out. That's 1, but they couldn't turn 2. So the fielder's choice. And now Yardis will fly this to shallow center, and they will get the run in. So Colorado's on the board. Winfield will fly out to end the top of the third. We're moving on to the bottom of the third. And that is a base hit dropped in by Fry. False will get a base hit, so lots of little base hit here. 2 on, no out for Martin, who will fly this one deep, and that is gone. Trey Martin with a 3-run shot to give the Raccoons a 6-1 lead. And a fly ball by Fuller to left field for the first out. And then a ground out by Strobel Jr. Rayner will ground out to the shortstop. So, but not before damage is done. 3 runs in the second, 3 runs in the third. 6-1, the Raccoons lead. Daniel Johnson will fly out to center for a first out. And that is a base hit by Atkins. 1 on, 1 out. Greasy Frank will drop this one into right field for a base hit, and that's 2 on, 1 out. Back to the top of the order. And that was a fly out. And Jerry Rice coming up 2 out, and he will sky this to shallow center. That will end the inning. He's still 6-1. And ZZZZZ leads off with a home run. A solo shot giving the Raccoons a 7-1 lead. A lot of production from that 9th spot there. Rodriguez will ground out to third for the first out. Jordan Gonzalez, the shortstop, with strikeouts. And a little infield pop-up by Fry, and that will end the bottom of the 4th. Move to the top of the 5th. The Raccoons up 7-1 now. Let's see if the Space Force bats can wake up. Not there, as Alvarez grounds out. Miller flies out to left center. Yardis will get this one into the gap, and he will come in with a standing double. Winfield is up, and that will get past the third baseman, and coming home is Yardis, and that will make it 7-2. And this one's deep and gone. Oh, Johnson cutting the lead. Now it's 7-4. So Lebowski having a rough inning here on the top of the fifth. Still in the game though, but giving up a base hit up the middle to Atkins. It's 10 hits for Colorado. And then he's replaced by young Jean Yves. John Yves? Yeah. And they'll get the ground out for the third out. And a little bloop single by False to lead off the inning. Trey Martin grounds out to third for the fielder's choice. With Rex Fuller coming up, who will take the walk. So 2 on, 1 out. And Strobel strikes out. And then Rayner will ground out. And that is it. We're going to the top of the 6th. It's 7-4. The Raccoons up. It's a ground out by Probencrooks for the first out. Rice will fly out to fairly deep left for the second out, and Alvarez strikes out. That's a quick 1-2-3 inning. And we move on to the bottom of the 6th with ZZZZZ. I don't even know how to say the name. Striking out to lead off the inning. Rodriguez will strike out. So Ronaldo has done a pretty decent job so far coming out of the pen. And striking out the side. Jordan Gonzalez strikes out. We will move on to the top of the 7th. And a strikeout looking from Willie Miller. Yardis will get a base hit past the third baseman into the gap. And that is a double for Yardis. 1 on, 1 out for Winfield, who will strike out. And Johnson will strike out looking, and that is it. K. Redden comes in to pitch, and he'll walk the first 2 batters. So 2 on, no out, and this is Martin flies this to center for the first out. Fuller will line out to the third baseman, second out, and that is a fly out to left by Strobel. So they get 2 on, no out, but couldn't stretch the lead. We're moving to the top of the 8th. Let's see if Colorado has any more juice. So Atkins will get a base hit. He's perfect for the day. I think he's 3 for 3. Frank will fly out in foul territory for the first out. And that's a pass ball, a wild pitch, as Atkins moves to second. But Probencrooks will strike out looking. And a base hit by Rice, and that should bring home Atkins. And it does. Make it 7-5. Chipping away. Alvarez will fly out to center. And that is the end of the top of the 8th. It's 7-5 Raccoons. And a little fly ball into foul territory for the first out. And a fly ball to center for the second out. And then the same thing, just a little more shallow for Rodriguez for the third out. So Colorado got their pen to do what they wanted to do, getting quick outs. So now Duke Smith coming in for the Raccoons to try to close this out. He gets the first out and strikes out Yardis for the second out. So last chance, Winfield. And Winfield will fly out to right, and that's it. So that's the first game, and it's 7-5. The Raccoons take it. Let's quickly look at some box scores here. A couple of hits for Jerry Rice. A couple of hits from, what's the first name here? Jack Yardis. And a couple of hit for Johnson and a 4-for-4 day from Atkins. Over on the space station side, a couple of hits for False, a 3-run homer for Martin earlier, and a couple of hits for Z, whatever his name is, on the bottom. Over on pitching side, Freeman unfortunately had a rough outing. Only didn't even make it to 3, giving up 6 runs there. Lebowski didn't really fare that much better, but the pen, both pen pitched really well. Player of the game is Odin Atkins for his 4-for-4 day. All right, I'm gonna save this, and then we're gonna go to the second game. So this is Supernovas at the Space Cowboys. I probably should not make these names so long. They're hard to say. All right. So it looks fairly even across the board on both sides. It thinks that Costa has the edge over Cove in terms of pitching. Sure, why not? Yeah. So we're gonna start the game here. Oh wait, total strikeout. I'm gonna let this one. Oh, there's a quick prediction. Total strikeout 14.5. I'm gonna let it sit. Let's see if people want to get their bets in. Van, it was your chance to name one. I thought you gave me a name, but I couldn't find it. But yes, space teams. It's space teams. Because we celebrate space teams. I would personally go to the under. I don't foresee this going over 14 strikeouts. Oh, did Paulo's that's actually a good one. Paulo's 13s. Huh. That's actually a good one. Huh. Man. Tatooine Tremors. I thought about naming some of them after like Star Wars, but kind of kept it out of that realm. I want to save the Star Wars bullet for another showcase. All right, let's kick this off. The production is almost done, and next year, yeah, maybe next season it'll be Star Wars theme. I don't know. I'll throw it out there for people to. Anyways. So Sinazo is the second, will take the walk against Costa to lead off the game, and that is a fly ball deep to left, but by Willie Johnson, but that's a fly out. And Bayek was strikeout swing, and that is a deep drive by Jose, and that is gone. And Jose gives Sarasota a 2-0 lead. Oh my goodness. I can't make this stuff up. Oh my goodness. Boyan flies out for the third out. Is 2-0 Sarasota on Jose's 2-run shot. Ferris Brewer Jr. will oh my goodness. Will strike out to lead off the game. Gurf Poppy will hit this one into the gap, and that is a double, maybe more. Nope, just a double for Poppy. I'm not even gonna say Magic's player name, but I think it's Pilsudski. Okay, maybe I'll go with that. Gets an infield hit, and they couldn't turn 2 here, so Warren does drive in Poppy for the first run for the Space Cowboys, and a fly out by Mears to end the inning. Oh man. Ground out by Slim Jim through lead off the inning, and that's Zach Johnson Jr. gets one into the gap, and that is a double for Zach Johnson Jr. Tater Tot coming up, the catcher, and that is a fly ball to left for the second out. Gratis, Royalist Gratis will fly out to left for the third out. Score still 2-1 in favor of Sarasota. And a strikeout by Willie Mays Hayes for the first out. Press Duckley is up next. And that is a base hit back up the middle by Duckley. Frenzonello is up, and that is a wild pitch as Duckley moves over to second. And Tony there will walk. So it's 2 on, 1 out. And that is a deep drive. Oh, but he's caught at the wall, so that's the second out. But Brewer will walk, and that's bases loaded for Poppy. Poppy will get a base hit, and that will drive in 1, and that will drive in 2. So the Space Rangers, the Space Cowboys will take a 3-2 lead, and there will be more as Pilsudski will drive in 2 more. It's 5-2 now. And Warrant will strike out, and that will end the bottom of the second, but they score 4 here to take a 5-2 lead. Sanazzo will drive this deep, and that is gone off of Costa, and Sanazzo will get his first hit, and that will chip into the lead with Sarasota cutting down the lead. Willie Johnson flies out to left for the first out. Bayek will ground out to the shortstop, second out. Jose is up, and Jose will ground out to the first baseman for the third out. We'll move to the bottom of the third. And Mears will lead off with a single. Hayes is up next, followed by Duckley. Hayes will, I guess it's a fly out to first. Duckley will get a base hit into left. 2 on, 1 out for Frenzonello. And he will ground out to a diving first baseman for fielder's choice. And I thought that, okay. I thought that would get caught, but that's dunked in for the right field, and that will score 2 more. Long ball with a 2-run single, and Brewer will walk. And that is a base hit by Poppy, and that would drive in another one. It's 8-3 now. Pilsudski, slow grounder, and that would be an infield hit. Bases loaded again for Warren, who gets this one past the second baseman. That would drive in 2 more, and it's 10-3. The Space Cowboys, Cape Canaveral, over Sarasota, as Mir grounds out, and that will end the inning. Oh boy, pitching getting lit up here. And Buoyant will strike out, check swinging for the first out. Slim Jim will get the base hit back up the middle. So 1 on, 1 out for Zach Johnson Jr., who doubled the last time up. And that will be another one, a gap into the gap, and they will hold the runner. So second and third with 1 out for Tater Tots, who will strike out swinging. Royal Gratis will get a ground ball past a diving third baseman, and he will make it. That will be a 2 RBI double for Gratis. It's 10-5 now. And Sanazzo will get a base hit, and that will drive in Gratis, and now it's 10-6. And Costa is now replaced. Tucker replaces Costa as the pitcher, and that will be an infield single for Willie Johnson. And that is a base hit past a diving second baseman for Bayek, and that is now, they score another one. It's 10-7. Jose is up. Jose will hit a fly ball to left, and that will end the rally here. So they're still they're still down, but they cut the lead to 10-7. Hayes will strike out against Moffitt to lead off this inning. And there's a base hit for Duckley. 1 on, 1 out. Fresnello as a wild pitch as Duckley moves to second. Tony grounds out to shortstop for the second out. Long ball is up, and long ball drives this one too deep, but the center fielder does get to it, and that will be the third out. Now we move to the top of the fifth. A infield pop-up for Boyan for the first out. Slim Jim will ground out to the second baseman. Second out, Zach Johnson Jr. will strike out swinging. 1-2-3 inning. As we move to the bottom of the fifth. Brewer strikes out to lead off the inning. Poppy is up. Poppy will strike out as well against Moffitt. Posuski up next. And that is a little tapper. Catcher gets it, throws him out at first. So, yeah. Zeros across the board for the first time. First inning to do that. But Tater Tots leads off with a single against Tucker in the top of the sixth. And that is another single by Gratis. So it's 2 on, no out. Back to the top of the order. Sanazzo will hit a infield single. That is bases loaded now for Willie Johnson. Johnson will get a base hit. That will score 1. And they will hold the runner. So base is still loaded for Bayek with no out. And that is a base hit up the middle. And they will score 2. And the game is tied. Jose coming up with 2 on, no out. Charlotte Winter coming into pitch. And Jose will fly out for the first out. Buoyant will strike out. So 2 quick outs there. Slim Jim will strike out as well. So Charlotte Winter's coming in to stop the bleeding. But the game is tied at 10. Warren strikes out to lead off the inning against Moffitt, who's still in the game in his third inning of in relief. Mears gets the base hit, and that will be off as DJ Roach comes in. Duckley will diving play by the shortstop, and he will step on second to end the inning. So after 6, we're tied at 10. Move to the top of the 7th. Zach Johnson Jr. strikes out looking against Charlotte Winters. And that's a strikeout to Tater Tot. So Winters coming in and just blowing people away. And that is a that's went off the wall. Okay, I thought, okay, sure. Gratis will hit one off the wall for a double. And Sanazzo will fly out to left. Okay, 7-inning stretch. We're tied at 10 still. As Tony will lead off the inning with a base hit against DJ Roach. Long ball will hit this one into right for the first out. And a little tapper back to the pitcher. Ground fielder's choice for Brewer. And okay. Poppy will ground this out to the second baseman as well. So we're still tied at 10. We move to the top of the 8th. DePolo coming into pitch, and he'll strike out Johnson for the first out. Bayek will strike out. Second out. And Jose will get this one in to the wall, and he'll get a stand-up double. But Boyan will strike out to end the inning. Moving to the bottom of the 8th. We're tied at 10. Pilsudski with his third infield single, because why not? Warren strikes out. Petrovic is into pitch. Just FYI. Mears will ground out, and that is a wild pitch with Mears moving to second. And Hayes will strike out looking against Petrovic. And we go to the top of the ninth. And a tapper back to the pitcher for the first out. Drew LeBlanc coming into pitch. And he will strike out Zach Johnson Jr. for the second out. And Tater Tot coming up with a grounder back to the first baseman. And that is it. We're going to the bottom of the ninth, tied at 10. Do we see a walk-off? Duckley, Frenzonello, and Ball coming up. Duckley hits this one deep to center, but it's caught for the first out. Tony Frenzonello will fly out to the shortstop for the second out. Long ball will ground out to it. Oh, nope, just kidding. It's an error, and long ball will get to second. Brewer coming up, and that is a infield pop-up, and that will end the inning. So we have some free baseball. We went from a absolute offense dominant game to pitching dominant. I don't know how that works. But sure, Sanazzo will drop in a single, a one-out single. Willie Johnson up next. And Sanazzo will steal second, but the ball gets away, and he moves to third. So 1 on, 1 out for Johnson, who will strike out against LeBlanc. Bayak coming up, and he will ground out to the second baseman. So we will move to the bottom of the 10th. Poppy, Posuski, and Warren coming up. Poppy leads off with a single. Pilsudski up next, and he'll ground out to the first baseman. It's the fielder's choice. Poppy moves to second. Warren skies this one deep to center, but he'll be caught for the second out. Mears coming up. Mears will ground out to the first baseman, and we move on to the 11th. There's no bunting in BBE. There's no bunting in PBE. Jose will ground out for the first out. Buoyant strikes out against LeBlanc for the second out. Strong innings from LeBlanc here. Slim Jim will get a base hit past the shortstop for the 2-out base hit. Zach Johnson Jr. strikes out swinging. Go to the bottom of the 11th. Oh, let's hope it doesn't go that long. Oh no! Wait. Oh, it's gone. Oh, Willie Mays Hayes, a walk-off homer against Joe Boris. Oh boy, I almost missed that. Oh man. Okay. Whew. That was a quick ending. So let's look at the box scores. Sarasota side, Sanazzo, a 4 for 5 day with a couple RBIs. Great game there. Johnson, Bayak, Jose, Slim Jim, just a couple of multi-hit for like a lot of people. Cape Canaveral side, 4 for 6 day from Poppy with 3 RBIs, a 4 for 6 day for Pilsudski. I think 3 of those were infield singles. Because, why not? But the hero here is Willie Mays Hayes. His only hit, and the only one that mattered in this slugfest, is the walk-off. Pitching-wise, this is a game to forget for the starters. But the bullpen overall pitched really well. And Boris, unfortunately, takes the loss, and LeBlanc takes the win. Just great relief effort there by LeBlanc. 3 innings, 5 strikeouts, taking the win. Player of the game is Sanazzo, the second. And all right. Whew. So, yeah, how many strikeouts? I guess I was wrong. It was over. I guess we went extras. Maybe that's why. No, there was a lot of strikeouts. Oh, never mind. Oh, there's a lot of strikeouts. Okay, I was wrong. I was wrong. I didn't think that. I thought they would get more contact outs than anything else, but I guess not. So the over takes it. Yeah. So yeah, don't. Yeah, it was a bad start. It happens. Trust me. It was my second time around with a pitcher. So yeah. Wait till the day you're on stream and you go .2 of an inning, giving up 8 runs, and then you get pulled, and subsequently your team gives up 24 runs. Yeah, that's not fun. That's not fun at all. Yeah. Van lives for the rookie showcase and Tahini, so this is his time. Okay. So what we're gonna do is that one, I probably should have gotten something to drink, which I am going to do for a second. So bear with me for just 1 second. Okay. So what we're gonna do is that in these quote unquote playoffs, we're gonna quick sim the non-elimination games, and we'll just go through them really quick because, well, else we're gonna be here forever. So these are the best of 5s, and I guess I should have shuffled them around, maybe have them, but I guess they just gonna do the same teams. So it's gonna be Space Force Raccoons, Supernovas, Space Cowboys. So let's go through this. So we're just gonna quick sim these guys, take a look at the box scores really quick, and move on to, and we'll get to, oh my goodness, that's 20 hits. So Space Station getting a walk-off here. Jose Rodriguez gets a walk-off single versus Renato in 11. That would have been a fun game to watch. Jerry Rice with 3 hits, 4 RBIs from Winfield, a 3 for 5 day for Atkins on over a Space Station side, a couple of hits for Fry, 4 for 6 days from Rodriguez. I assume he's the player of the game here. Strobel with a 4 for 4 day with 3 RBIs, 2 walks. Yeah, impressive. And 4 hits by the ZZZ guy. And pitching, unfortunately, the Stars is getting lit up in this tourney. Both, I guess Crawford fared a little better, but yeah. Smith, Duke Smith. Yeah, Duke Smith takes the win. Baxter takes the loss. Player of the game. Oh, player of the game is Skylar Strobel Jr. with a 4 for 4 day. So the Space Cowboys takes a. I mean, I'm sorry. The Space Station Raccoons takes a 1-0 game lead, and then for over on Supernova side, and a 10-2 victory by the Space Cowboys. Over on Sarasota's side, Sanaza with a couple of hits. Really not too much else going on. A couple of hits by Boyan and Gratis, but I guess no one could really drive in any runs here. They left the village on base. And over on Cape Canaveral side, a 3 RBI day for Brewer Jr., Warren with a couple of hits, Pilsudski 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs, and over on the bottom there is Fresnello with 3 RBIs there. On pitching side, Batman's dad, great name by the way, did not fare that well. DJ Roach with giving up 5 out of the pen, but Joanna Sahlberg with 4 pretty good innings there, and the bullpen kind of just locked it down from there. Player of the game is Pilsudski. Save this. All right, so we're going to game 2. So assuming, well, let's see. So we'll get through these. So game 2. Raccoons taking a 2-0 lead. So we will see an elimination game next. As the Raccoon takes a 8-4 victory over Space Force. That dipped down really fast. Let's see here. 3-for-3 day by Winfield. And everybody got hits. They just couldn't really get many runs in. Over on Space Station side, 3 RBI day for False. 2-for-4, 3 RBI for Strobo Jr., who really came alive there for a couple of games. Strobo with a home run. On the pitching side, McGuffey did go 7, but giving up 4. But Garfield giving up 4 runs out of relief. Unfortunately, McGuffey would take the loss. On the Space Station side, Blitzy with 5 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts. The Hater gets the win despite giving up 2 runs there, and Smith getting the save. Rutherford False, who went with the I guess he got the 3-run shot. Yeah, 3-run shot as the player of the game. All right, and so game 2, Supernova's Space Cowboys. Space Cowboys win, taking a walk-off. Let's see how they won there. That is a Michael Ferris Bueller Jr. walk-off single against Joe Boris. So they were down 2-1, and they walked it off in the bottom of the 9th. Sarasota's batting. A couple of hits for Johnson, Boyan, and Bayek, and unfortunately that's it. Not a lot of offense in this game. Cape Canaveral. Cape Canaveral. Oh goodness. The Space Cowboys. Just scroll the line. Space Cowboys. Ferris Bueller Jr. with 4 for 5 day there. 3 hits from Mears, and they did get a lot of hits. Not really that many runs, but on the pitching side, Phil Donahue, 4 innings, only giving up a run, 5 strikeouts. But Joe Boris unfortunately takes the loss there, giving up the 2-run single to Bueller. Over on the Space Cowboys side, Wozniak, 7 innings, 2 runs, 6 strikeouts, with Charlotte Winters getting the win in relief. Player of the game is Carson Wozniak. All right, we're going to game 3, and there will be. So we'll watch these both because they're both elimination games. So let's just get into it. If someone wants to do a prediction, throw one up there, and yeah. Looks like I think Space Force might be a little bit better. Pitching wise, it is tie. And yes, Jose does suck versus lefties. So the way the build is really, he's a switch hitter, and he's much better against righties. That was all right. I don't see one, so I guess we're just gonna go. Just kidding. Winner chicken dinner. I'm gonna give it like 30 seconds and kick off the game. Nah, don't worry about it. No worries at all. Don't worry. We're just chilling. Alright, I'm going to kick off the game because we won't know who wins. So, might as well start now. A burrito. Actually, now I'm thinking about burritos. I gotta think about dinners in a bit. Jose Rodriguez leads off of a single against Merrill Stevens. And Gonzalez drops in a single. So first and third. No out. Fry will get this into the corner. And that will drive him one. It will only drive him one. But it's an RBI double for Fry. As the Raccoons take a 1-0 lead. A ground out from False, but it will score a run anyways, 2-0. And that is hit deep. And that is gone. Trey Martin with his second home run in this little tournament. He'll give this Raccoons a 4-0 lead over Space Force. Fuller coming up. Ronaldo already coming in to relieve. Oh boy, that's never a good sign. And Fuller will get a double, so the onslaught continues. Strobo Jr. will ground out to the shortstop. Rayner will strike out looking. So the Raccoons jumping out to a 4-0 lead. Let's see if Space Force can answer or not. There is another fry. Yeah, there are two fries. There is a Le Prince fry and there's a Le Princess fry. I believe, if I recall correctly, they were husband and wife. I could be wrong. But yes, there is a Le Prince fry on who just got called up to the Apex. And there's a Le Princess fry who is a 100 TPE IA that's on the Hepcats. There is French Fry. There's a player named French Fry too. Oh, okay. Well, base is loaded now. I turn and look. False coming up. False will strike out. Could not hold up the check swing. And there's a base hit up the middle by Martin, and he would drive in two. Oh goodness. That's a lot of RBIs from him. It's 6-0 now, a commanding lead now. And a fly ball out to right field to end the top of the second. Yeah, Cali had Fry and Fry. French Fry and Le Prince Fry. Oh, and an error on the shortstop, giving Willie Miller a chance to be on first. But I guess the next plays are it's a fielder's choice. But Winfield gets this one into the gap, and they will hold the runner. With Johnson coming up, second and third, one out, and Johnson will take the walk. Bases loaded for Atkins, and Atkins will hit a fly ball to right, and that will score a run. So Space Force do get on the board. And Frank will strike out. And that will end the second. Top of the third. Strobo Jr. grounds out to second. ZZ gets a base hit up the middle. One on, one out. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Oh, never mind. That was Rayner that got on. And he will get caught stealing, and ZZ will be grounds out. So end of the top of the third, 6-1 Raccoon. And Provencross grounds out. Jerry Rice will hit this one fairly deep, and will be caught by the left fielder for the second out. Alvarez will take the walk against slams. Willie Miller will hit a ground ball back to the second baseman, and that will be all. We move on to the top of the 4th. That is a line out for the first out. And a tapper back to the pitcher for the second out. Fry will get a base hit with False coming up. False will get this one back to the second baseman for the third out as K. Ren came into relief. Move to the bottom of the 4th. Let's see if Colorado can string up any runs. Yardis will fly out to right for the first out. Winfield will strike out looking. Daniel Johnson will pop up into foul territory for the third out. So 1, 2, 3. We move on to the top of the 5th. Trey Martin will fly out to right for the first out. Rex Fuller will ground out to the third baseman for the second out. Strobel Jr. will get a base hit into the gap, and that's at least 2. And he'll get in there for a 2-out double. Rayner coming up. And he'll ground out to the first baseman. And that will end the top of the 5th. We're moving on to the bottom of the 5th. Atkins, Frank, and Probencrux coming up as Atkins flies out. Frank will ground out for the second out. And Probencrux get the base hit over the third baseman. Jerry Rice will ground out to the third baseman. He'll go the short way to the second base for the force out to end the inning. Top of the 6th. And ZZ grounds out. And Rodriguez flies out to deep right. And Gonzalez flies out to deep center. So after some scoring at the beginning, it's just all zeros. We move to the bottom of the 6th as Alvarez strikes out looking. Miller coming up. That's a ground out. Yardis will ground out to the shortstop. And we move on to the 7th. I guess a fly out to first baseman. False will take the walk. 1-on-1 out for Martin. And he'll fly out to the third baseman, second out. And False tried to take second and he'll get caught. And now that will be the third out. Winfield leads off the inning with a walk against Hippocrates. Hypocrites. And that is there we go. Still not scoring. Top of the 8th. Fuller flies out to center. Strobel Jr. will fly out to right. Second out, and Rayner will take the walk against Seldrit as ZZ will strike out swinging. So 0 across the board for like the last 5 innings. And we go to the bottom of the 8th, but Colorado needs to score or else they're done. Greasy Frank strikes out. Probencrux gets a base hit up the middle. Jerry Rice coming up. And he'll take a walk, 2 on, 1 out. And a ground. Oh, no, just kidding. An error will load up the bases. And that is a base hit for Willie Miller. And that will score 1, score 2. And it's 6-3. So there is life in Space Force. Yardis coming up. He will hit a grounder back to the pitcher. That'll be a second out. Winfield get a base hit back up the middle. They'll score 1. It's 6-4 now. Johnson coming up against Jader. And he'll ground out to the third baseman. but they do chip in with 3 runs to narrow the gap to 6-4. Raccoons coming up, top of the order. Maxwell Reed into pitch. Rodriguez grounds out. Gonzalez will take the walk. Fry will pop out in foul territory. Second out. False will drop in a base hit. That's first and third, 2 out. Trey Martin coming up. Martin will get a base hit, and that will score a run, so they get an insurance run back. Rex Fuller up to bat. And that is a grounder back to the second baseman. That will end the top of the 9th. Space Force last chance, down by 3. Atkins, Frank, Probencross. As Atkins ground out for a first out. Duke Smith coming in to pitch, by the way. And that is an error on Frank. And that will give an error on the shortstop. Frank will move to second. Probencross will fly out to center. 2 out for Jerry Rice, last chance. And he will strike out swinging against Duke Smith. And the Raccoons will move on. And yeah. So the Raccoons will move on to the finals, I believe. I do believe they're, yeah. And so pitching, batting side, Space Station here. A lot of hits, 13 hits total. But Trey Martin, 3 for 5, 5 RBIs here. Three hits for Fry, a couple of hits for Gonzalez there. Over on Colorado side, not too much. Winfield did get a couple of hits, but really they couldn't really get too much going on there. Pitching side, Slams with the win, no earned run through 5 innings. The bullpen did give up a few runs, but Duke Smith coming in to save the game. Stevens takes the loss. He only threw 0.1 of an inning, giving up 4 runs. And he will take the loss. Player of the game is Trey Martin. All right. And the Space Station's sweep the series, and we'll see if this happens with the Space Cowboys versus the Supernovas. So pitching, we have Bill Webb versus, what can I say? What can I say? Except you're welcome. What can I say except you're welcome? Oh boy. Spinny, yeah, 10 stamina, you could do that. You just won't recover that fast. That's all. You could do that with 10 stamina. You could get a couple innings in. Total runs. Prediction is up with total runs. 17.5. Let's see. 17.5. Let's see how good Rabbit's pitcher is here. See, I like how they have them in the uniforms in here, like the proper uniforms that I gave for, but like on their player picture you won't see those. It's weird when it's in tournament mode. Like you only see them in their like team, like the tournament team jerseys, like in this page. So, all right, let's kick this off. So the prediction will still go. So. Ground ball for Brewer to start off the game. Poppy will strike out looking against Except You're Welcome. And Pilsudski will ground out to the shortstop. So 1-2-3 inning. As the Supernovas come up to bat. Johnson's Jim Sanazzo. As Johnson will ground out for the first out against Webb. And a base hit by Slim Jim. Sanazo coming up, and he will, is bobbled by the third baseman for an error. And 2 on, 1 out, and they threw that away. Everybody moves up. The run comes in to score. So it's 1-0 Sarasota. Zach Johnson Jr. strikes out. Tater Tot comes in and hits this one fairly deep to right, but it'll be caught by the right fielder. But Sarasota gets on the board. It's 1-0. Warren will hit this one deep and gone. Warren ties up the game with a home run off of Accept Your Welcome. And the game is now tied at 1. Mears coming up. And there's a base hit back up the middle. Hayes will strike out swinging. Duckley. Oh, before that, Mears tried to run. Why is he running? Okay. But he'll get caught as Duckley hits this one to the warning track to end the inning. End the top of the second, I should say. Bottom of the second with Gratis leading off, getting a base hit. Jose up next. Jose will ground out into a double play as Bayak comes up, and he will get a base hit back up the middle. A 2-out hit against Webb. Johnson, top of the order, will get a base hit past a diving second baseman. So first and third with 2 outs for Slim Jim. Slim Jim will ground out to the shortstop. He'll go the short way, and the game is still tied at 1 after 2. Top of the third, and he will take a Frenzanello leads off of a walk. Long ball strikes out. And a ground out. A double play into a double play. Okay, few double plays here. Didn't expect that. Score is still tied at 1. We move to the bottom of the third as Sanazo will, I guess, fly out to first. And a walk to Buoyant. Zach Johnson Jr. coming up. He'll ground into a double play. Defense doing their work. Top of the fourth we go. Poppy will ground out to the shortstop. First out. Pilsudski gets a base hit back up the middle. 1-on-1 out for Warren, who will strike out looking. Mears hit this one to the left fielder, and that's the third out. We move to the bottom of the fourth. Tied at 1. Tater Tot, Gratis, and Jose coming up as Tot gets the walk and Gratis gets the hit. So it's first and third. No out for Jose. Jose will pop up in the infield, pop up to the second baseman. First out. And this one is flied out to the right fielder, but it's too shallow. No runs coming in. Willie Johnson, and that is gone. Willie Johnson, 464 feet, giving Sarasota a 4-1 lead. Staying alive. Base hit for Slim Jim to continue this inning. Sanazo, the second, will strike out. And that will end the inning. We're going to the top of the fifth. And a fly ball by Hayes to lead off the inning. Duckley, fly ball to center, shallow center for the second out. Tony, fly ball to center, shallow center, almost the exact same spot. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. So Rabbit pitching his heart out here. Buoyant grounds out. And a walk to Zach Johnson Jr. Tater Tot will line out to the shortstop for the second out. Gratis will head an infield pop-up. And that will be it. Bottom of end of the fifth. Supernova's up 4-1, trying to stay alive in this. And a little bobble by the second baseman lets ball gets to first Brewer Jr. flies out to right for the first out. Poppy will get this one past the diving third baseman, and that should be 2, and it is. So second and third, 1 out for Warrant. Warrant will get a base hit, and that will get 2 in. And the Space Cowboys cut the lead to 4-3. And Warren strikes out for the second out. And that is a ground ball back to the shortstop. And that is it. So they do cut into the lead after 6.5 innings. It is 4-3 Sarasota. Jose leading off of a single for Sarasota. Bayek with a ground ball and a fielder's choice. So 1 on, 1 out for Willie Johnson, who will ground into a double play. And that will end the 6th inning. We'll move to the top of the 7th. Sarasota is still holding on to a 4-3 lead. Hayes, Duckley, and Frenzanello coming up as Hayes grounds out. Oh, Duckley gets this one past the center fielder who misplayed it. And he'll end up at second. And a little infield hit for Frenzanello. So first and third, 1 out for ball. And he will walk. Bases is loaded for back to the top of the order. And Brewer Jr. hits it one to center. And that should score a run. And it does. And the game is tied at 4. Poppy with 2 on, 2 out. Poppy with strikeout swinging. But the damage is done. The game is tied 4-4. Slim Jim flies out to center for the first out. Sanazo, the second, will fly out to shallow center for the second out. Buoyant will ground out to the shortstop. That's the third out. So 1-2-3 inning for Adam Mosley. And we move to the top of the 8th. Middle of the order for the Space Cowboys. Pilsudski singles to lead off the inning. Warrant will strike out looking against Petrovic. Mears coming up, and he will hit a little pop-up to the shortstop, second out. Hayes will get a base hit, and Pilsudski will get to third. First and third, 2 out for Duckley. Duckley will get a base hit, and they will score 1. It's 5-4. Space Cowboys. Frenzanello will get a base hit. They will score another one. 6-4. Oh boy. Long ball coming up against Petrovic. And he will strike out looking. And that will end the inning. But not before giving up 2. So let's see if Sarasota can answer. They need to answer. And Zach Johnson Jr. leads off of a walk against Charlotte Winters. And that is a base hit by Todd. That is a double. And they will send Johnson Jr. home. It is 6-5 now. No outs still for Gratis. Gratis strikes out swinging against Winters. Jose flies out to center for the first out. Bayek gets a base hit up the middle, and that will score. And that will score Todd, giving Sarasota, tying the game at 6. Johnson flies out to deep center, and that will be it. We'll move to the top of the 9th, 6-6 now. Ferris Brewer Jr. grounds out to lead off the inning against Joe Boris. And Poppy does the same. So 2 quick outs here. Podusky gets a base hit into right field. So 1 on, 2 outs for Warren. And a fly ball to shallow center. Oh, I guess just to center. And no runs. So we move to the bottom of the 9th. Slim Jim leading off. Slim Jim getting this one over the center fielder's head. And that is a double for Jim against LeBlanc. Sanazo gets a base hit that drops in. First and third, no outs for Buoyant. And that is a... Oh, it's bobbled! That's bobbled by the third baseman. And Sarasota stays alive. Oh boy. Sarasota stays alive. Infield in, and the third baseman bobbles it. 3 errors for the Cowboys there. Oh boy. So on the Cowboys side, 4 hits by Posuski, and a couple of hits for Duckley and Fresnello. They unfortunately blew the lead there. Tough loss. And but Sarasota. Oh no, they didn't blow it. I'm sorry. Sarasota did technically blow the lead, but they survived. Johnson, Slim Jim, multiple hits. Gratis over a couple of hits on the bottom too. Pitching wise, Webb went 5 innings, giving up 3 runs. Charlotte Winters takes the blown save. LeBlanc takes the loss. Except You're Welcome went 6 1/3. Did give up 4. Petrovic giving up 2, but it was Jimbo that was a blown save. But Boris does get the win in his only inning of relief. Player of the game is Pilsudski with that 4 hits. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So Sarasota stays alive. I'm going to save this. All right. Total runs. Okay, let's see. Total runs. Oh no, that's the payout. I'm sorry. I guess we'll wait a minute to put on the next prediction. Yeah, Maj is Polish. The funny thing is that his last 2 players were of Hispanic descent, I believe. Right? And so this one, I guess he's creating is a little closer to home. Total extra bases is the prediction 6.5. That should be an interesting one. Yeah, Paulo Di Stefano Sr. and Jr. Both 2 Hall of Famers. That's actually ridiculous. Both are amazing players. So let me get a sip of water and then we'll kick off the game. And I'll let the prediction run for a few more seconds. Last game had 5 extra bases hits. Okay. All right, let's kick this off. So it's Cove versus Costa. If the Space Cowboys win, they move on. Why is it Kansas City? Okay. This game knows me too well. All right. Poppy getting a single, a 1-out single against Cove as Potsuski grounds into a double play. And we'll go to the bottom of the first. No score. Sarasota coming up. Sanazo, Johnson, Bayek. Sanazo hits this one deep to left, but that stays in the park for the first out. Johnson will hit this one to shallow left for the second out. Bayek will get plunked by Costa. And Jose coming up. Jose will get a base hit. And it's 2 on, 2 out for Buoyant. And he will sky this to left, and it'll be caught for the third out. We move to the top of the second. Warrant, Mears, and Hayes coming up as Warrant lead off the inning with a single. Mears will get a single, so 2 on, no out for Hayes. Hayes will get a ground in a double play. And Duckley will walk. Frenzanello will ground out to the second baseman. And so they get people on base but couldn't score. So we move to the bottom of the second. Sarasota coming up. Slim, Johnson, Tot. 2 up. As Slim gets a base hit to lead off the inning. Zach Johnson Jr. will take the walk. 2 on, no out for Tot. Tot will hit a slow grounder, but the shortstop will get him out. Everybody does move up. Gratis hits this one very deep, and that should score a run. That's a sac fly for Gratis. And Sarasota takes a 1-0 lead. Sanazo will ground out, and that will be the end of the second. Supernovas up 1-0. We move on to the top of the third. That's a ground ball to the first baseman for first out. Brewer Jr. flies out to shallow center for the second out. And that is a ground ball by Poppy. And that's a third out, so there's a 1-2-3 inning for Cove. We go to the bottom of the third. Johnson, Bayek, and Jose coming up as Johnson. Oh, he dropped it. Okay. That's a hit? That's weird. Oh, sorry, guys. Hang on. I'll be right back. For whatever reason, I had a doorbell. I just need to check on that. Sorry about that. Probably shouldn't have answered my doorbell there. Stupid people coming, ringing my doorbell, soliciting stuff. Okay. I guess I missed a run there. So Zach Johnson Jr. getting a 1-out hit. It's Tater Tot coming up. And a base hit by Todd, so 2 on, 1 out for Gratis. And that is a base hit by Gratis. Bases loaded, 1 out for Sanazo. Let's see if Sarasota can capitalize. And nope, he strikes out. Space is still loaded. Johnson getting a base hit. That's one run in. So it's 2-1. Sarasota up. And Bayek coming up, and that is a ground ball, and that will end the bottom of the fourth. So, but Sarasota does take the lead. Yeah, it's Hummus. Hummus is soliciting stuff. Just watch him. He's gonna ring your doorbell too. And a bobble by the third baseman allows ball to get to first. That's they counted it as a hit. But that is a Brewer getting a double, and it's second and third, 1 out. And now Poppy coming up. Poppy will get a base hit, and he will tie the game at 2. Pilsudski coming up. And that is a fly ball to shallow left. Let's see if they'll send the runner. They would not. 2 out. And that is a ground ball to the third baseman. So the game is tied at 2. We move on to the bottom of the fifth, and that is a infield hit by Jose. Buoyant will fly out. Oh no, he dropped. Okay, is that a drop? Wow. Okay, I guess it's a base hit. He never touched it. It's a base hit. Okay, sure. People, get your defense up. Zach Johnson Jr. strikes out. Bases loaded. 1 out for Todd. Todd will strike out as well. Gratis will hit a little infield fly. So they loaded up the bases with no out and they couldn't score. Fun. Mears will hit this one deep. This one is gone. The Space Cowboys take a 3-2 lead on Cooper Mears' solo shot off of Namer Cove. Hayes will ground out to the first baseman. Duckley will... They only have 100 TVs right now. How is defense up? Hey, Smitty, that's not my problem. I'm just saying there's an embarrassment if they can't catch fly balls. That's all I'm saying. Ball grounds into a double play to end the top of the 6th. We're moving on to the bottom of the 6th. The Space Cowboys took a 3-2 lead there. Sanazo leads off the inning with a walk. And Johnson getting a base hit. So 2 on, no out for Bayek. And he will ground into a fielder's choice. First and third for Jose, who strikes out, swinging. Buoyant. And he will hit a fly ball to right, and that is it. We move on to the top of the 7th. It is this Cowboys up 3-2. Yeah, I'll give you more TPE. Sure, yeah. Brewer leading off a double. Poppy coming up. Poppy, oh, that is a wild pitch, and Brewer Jr. moves up to third. Poppy will take the walk. First and third, no out for Pilsudski, who will sky this to left. That should be enough to get the run in, and it does. It's 4-2 Space Cowboys. Warren coming up against Jimbo, and Warren will hit this into center, and that is caught by the center fielder for the second out. Mears will... Oh! He'll hit this... Oh, I guess... Oh, center fielder misplayed it, and that is a double by Cooper Mears, giving the Cowboys a 5-2 lead. And a strikeout by Hayes to end the inning. So... we're running out of time here, Sarasota. Going to the bottom of the 7th, it is Jim, Johnson, and Todd coming up. Slim Jim leading off with a single against Charlotte Winters. Zach Johnson Jr. will get a base hit down the line, and that is a double for Johnson Jr. So this is a good start. Tater Tot will take the walk. Bases loaded for Gratis. Gratis will get a base hit. That is 1 run in. 2 run in is 5-4 now. And it is still no outs on the bottom of the 7th. Sanazo back to the top of the order. Sanazo will strike out swinging. First out. Second out. Oh, Johnson grounds into a double play, and that will end the rally. But they do cut into the lead. It is 5-4 Cowboys. We move to the top of the 8th. As Duckley will walk against Petrovic, and that is a fly ball by Fresnello, and that is 1, that's 2, and long ball grounds to a double play. We move to the bottom of the 8th as Bayek flies out. Jose will hit an infield fly. That's out number 2. Buoyant will ground out to the shortstop. And that is it. We will go to the top of the 9th. Top of the order for the Cowboys. Brewer Jr. flies out to center. Fly out to right. Poppy. Wait. Did he fly out? Wait. He got on base? What? No, right? Okay, never mind. Okay, I don't know what I'm looking at there. Alright, so last chance for the Supernovas. Slim Jim with an infield single against Ono. Zach Johnson Jr. will get a infield single. Why not? 2 on, no out for Tater Tots. Tater Tots will hit this into left, and that is the cut for the first out. Gratis will take the walk. Bases loaded. Top of the order for Sanazzo. Sanazzo strikes out. Willie Johnson, last chance. Johnson, base hit. The game is tied, and they'll send Johnson home as well, and Sarasota stays alive with a 2-run walk-off by Willie Johnson. I'm pretty sure he had a walk-off earlier this series. They stay alive. Willie Johnson, 4 for 6 with 3 RBIs there. Mears with 4 for 4, 3 RBIs on the other side. And pitching wise, there's a lot of pitchers here for the Space Cowboys. But Ono takes the loss. Boris takes the win. Player of the game, Cooper Mears. Okay, yeah, sure. I guess really should have been to Johnson. I don't know why. But sure. Okay, OTP. We will have a game 5. Yay! Oh, let's go one more. And we haven't even started the next series yet. Okay. Oh, we gotta go quick. Oh, it's gonna take us forever. Okay, this is what I'm afraid of. Six extra. Oh, right. He needs to do the payout. Let's take a look. Let's see. So, doubles 2. That's 2, 3, 4. It's only 4, right? It's 2. Oh, I'm sorry. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 6. All right. Oh boy. Okay. So we have the game 5 here. Joanna Sahlberg versus Batman's dad. Winner goes on. I'll give it a second. Let's see if there's a prediction. Let's go. Over, under. Oh no, that's the. So. Winner, chicken dinner. All right, I'll give it like 30 seconds, and then we're gonna kick this off. Yeah, I'm hoping the finals won't be like a reverse sweep. That would be terrible. Well, as much as I love doing this, I don't think I can. I don't think I have the bandwidth to keep going for like another few hours. Especially the fact that I need to go eat dinner. I gotta get my kids to bed later. So, all right, let's start this off. Sanazzo will lead off with a ground ball to the second baseman for his first out. Willie Johnson strikes out against Sahlberg. Bayek grounds out to the second baseman. So it's 1-2-3 inning for Sahlberg. Moving on to the bottom of the first, we will have Brewer Jr., Warren, and Pilsudski coming up. Brewer Jr. leading off of a single against Batman's dad. And that is a fly ball by Warren to right for the first out. Pilsudski getting a base hit, batting a cool 500, because Maj can do no wrong. He will just be dominant regardless. Mears getting a single, and that will knock in a run, so it's 1-0 Space Cowboys. And that is a base hit for Poppy, and he'll drive in the next run. 2-0 Space Cowboys. And it's 3-0 now. Batman's dad in some trouble, but he does get the ground out from Duckley to limit the damage. But the Cowboys are up 3-0. Sarasota up next, back up. Jose will drop this one for a single. Buoyant will get a... Okay, well, sure. That is an error on the first baseman. 2 on, no out for Jim, who will fly out to his center fielder. Zach Johnson Jr. will take the walk, so bases is loaded for Tater Tots. Tater Tot will drop this in for a base hit, so that will score 1, it'll score 2. Sarasota gets on the board, 3-2, Space Cowboys. Gratis coming up with 2 on, 1 out. And that will be an... Okay, I guess that's an infield hit for Gratis. Bases is loaded back up again, and that is a fly ball to right, and they will not send the runner. Johnson coming out with bases loaded, and he'll get a single, and that will drive in 2, and Sarasota takes a 4-3 lead. Bayek coming up, and a fly ball, infield fly to the second baseman, and that will end the top of the second. They score 4 to take a 4-3 lead. Can Space Cowboys answer? Not there. Fresnello strikes out for the first out. Back to the top of the order. Ferris Brewer Jr. strikes out. Warren coming up. Strikes out. And that is and Batman's dad strikes out the side. We'll move to the top of the third. Jose strikes out. Buoyant will ground out to the second baseman. Second out. Slim Jim will strike out looking. Move to the bottom of the third. 4-3 Sarasota. That is a ground ball to the first baseman. First out. Ground ball to the third baseman. Second out. Mears will get an infield, a slow roller there, getting infield single. Poppy up, and he will sky this to left. Oh, no, he drops it. Okay. Wow. All right. And that will cost them dearly as Hayes knocks in 2. That would have ended the inning. Oh, boy. It's 5-4 Space Cowboys. And Duckley... Oh, no, that wouldn't end the inning. I'm sorry, I thought it was 2 out. But Duckley will fly out and... Wait. And Johnson will lead off the inning. Tater Tots will fly out to left. And Gratis will ground into a double play. We move to the bottom of the fourth. It's 5-4 Space Cowboys. Frenzanello grounds out for the first out. Ferris Brewer Jr. getting a base hit. Hitting 380? 385 in this tournament so far. And a pass ball gets him to second. But Warren grounds out to third. Pilsudski flies out to left. And the side is retired. We move on to the top of the fifth. Top of the order for the Supernovas. Sanazzo grounds out to the second baseman. First out. Willie Johnson will take the walk. 1-on-1 out for Bayek, who will strike out looking. Jose coming up. Jose will get a base hit back up the middle. 2-on-2 outs for Buoyant. And that is a balk. And everybody moves up. And that is a base hit by Boyan, and that will knock in 2. And Sarasota retakes the lead, 6-5. Slim Jim strikes out swinging, and that will end the top of the 5th. Sarasota takes a 6-5 lead, and we move on to the bottom of the 5th. And that is a strikeout for long ball against Joe Boris coming into relief. Mears grounds out to shortstop. And a fly ball from Poppy to the right field, and that's it. A 1-2-3 inning for Boris. We go to the top of the 6th. 6-5 Sarasota. A strikeout for Zach Johnson to lead off the inning. Tater Tot coming up next. A strikeout. Drew LeBlanc came into relief in this inning. That's 2 outs, and Gratis coming up, and he will strike out. So LeBlanc strikes out the side. Space Cowboys coming up at the bottom of the 6th as Hayes leads it off with a single. Duckley up next. Back up the middle, 2 on, no out. Frenzanello up against Boris, and that is a off the wall. I guess it's a double. So that is a so they tie the game with a RBI double from Tony Frenzanello. Back to the top of the order as Brewer Jr. hits it to center, but they would not send a runner. Warrant gets a ground ball to the shortstop. They were playing the infield in, and then Puzowski strikes out. But the Space Cowboys do tie this up at 6. Sanazzo coming up, and he'll get a base hit to lead off the inning. Willie Johnson coming up next. He has 11 RBIs in this tournament, but he flies out to left for the first out. Bayek hits this one deep, and that is gone. He makes up for it. Makes up for the fielding mistake earlier with a 2-run shot, giving Sarasota 8-6 lead. Jose coming up, and he will sky this to fairly deep left, but it will be caught for the second out. Buoyant will strike out swinging. Sarasota taking an 8-6 lead. Let's see if the Space Cowboys can respond. Ryan Moffitt coming into pitch, and he'll get ball to ground out for the first out. Mears strikes out for the second out. Poppy hits this one to right, and that will be caught. And we go to the top of the 8th. Jim Johnson Tot coming up. Justin Tucker into pitch, and Jim will get a double to lead off the inning. Johnson Jr. will ground out to the first baseman, but Jim will move to third. A fly ball from Tot, and that will be a sacrifice fly. Jim comes in to score, making it 9-6. Gratis strikes out swinging, but they are up 9-6. Running out of outs here for Space Cowboys as Hayes grounds out for the first out. Duckley strikes out for the second. Tony Frenzanello up, and he will ground out to the third baseman. 1-2-3 inning for Moffitt. We move to the top of the 9th. Top of the order for Sarasota. Sanazzo hits this one fairly deep to right for the first out. Johnson strikes out against Ono. Bayek up, and he will hit this to left for the third out. Last licks for the Space Cowboys. Top of the order is Brewer. Flies out to center. First out. Warren will strike out looking against Moffitt. Last chance. Pilsudski. Last chance. He will get a base hit to keep things alive. Long ball coming up. Long ball keeping it alive with a single. Mears. Hit this into left, and that will be it. Sarasota moves on. Oh boy. The reverse sweep. Oh boy. So everybody on Sarasota's side getting a hit. Jose getting 2. Bayek getting the huge 2-run shot. And over on Space Cowboy side, Brullo Jr. had a couple of hits. So did Pasuski, Mears, and Willie Mays Hayes with 3 hits. Over on the pitching side, Polo gets the loss, giving up 2 in relief. Petrovic getting the win, Moffitt getting the save. Player of the game is Willie Mays Hayes on the losing effort. Yeah. And congratulations to the Supernovas. Oh boy. And Jose is back in the finals. All right, it's the Supernovas against the Raccoons. I'm gonna say this again. We're gonna go until we have an elimination game. We're just gonna go quick sim it. So we're gonna try to do this quick because Supernovas getting the win in game 1. 4-2. Looks like Johnson with a couple of hits there, and that's pretty much it. But they managed to get 4 runs in. 2 hits for Rodriguez, Gonzalez, and Fry in the top of the order, but they could only muster up 1 run. Pitching side, Phil Donahue run over 4 innings, but that bullpen shutting things down with Moffitt, Petrovic, and Jimbo. Lebowski taking the loss, and the player of the game is Willie Johnson. It's a Jose Bowl. Yes, it is Jose Bowl. All right, we go on to the second game. Let's see if the Raccoons can tie it back up or not. And they cannot, as Sarasota dominating win here. 3 hits for Jose, a couple of hits for Boyan, 3 hits for Tot. Not a lot of things going on the space station side. Only 1 run, and that was from Trey Martin. Home runs by Gratis, Tot. Pitching wise, except you're welcome. 6 innings, no earned runs, 4 strikeouts. Getting the win. The loss goes to Crawford. And the play of the game is, what can I say, except you're welcome. All right. There'll be a day off, and we're going to game 3. All right, let's see if the Raccoons can get on the board. We have Sarasota, who's at home now, quote unquote home. And no, that's a walk-off in 13, so we will have a game. We'll have an elimination game next. And Van, do not jinx me because it's a 3-0. I do not want to see a reverse sweep. That's... This is a 13. It's Sanazo with a solo shot against Ian Moore. I think it's Ian Moore, right? Ira Moore. I'm sorry, Ira Moore. Sanazo getting the walk-off in the bottom of the 13 to win the game. 4 for 6 day here. It's great. Just incredible game here. He's the only one showed up. There's a pitching duel. Blizzy with 8 innings pitched. Unfortunately, not a lot didn't get the decision. 4 innings pitched by Duke Smith here. And then Ira Moore, unfortunately, gave up the home run. On Sarasota's side, Cove, 5 innings, giving up a run. The the bullpen was just flawless here. Gave up absolutely nothing. Player of the game is Pud Blissey with that 8 innings performance on the losing side. All right, so let's save this puppy. All right. So we will have game 4. There's an elimination game. Space Station down 3-0. Batman's dad versus Gerald Slams as the pitching matchup. Total hits 19.5. So I'll give it like a few seconds and we'll start the game and you might be having some crazy stats here. It's not too crazy. But La Princess Fry's hitting 387 in this tournament, so I guess that's pretty darn good. Oh, Strobel Jr. I forgot. Yeah. So, all right, let's go. Total hits. All right, we're gonna kick this game off. Good luck to both teams. Jose Rodriguez leads things off with a grounder, and Jordan Gonzalez grounds out to the first baseman for a second out. Fry strikes out against Batman's dad. A 1-2-3 inning to start off. Sarasota coming up. Sanazo, Johnson, Bayak coming up. Sanazo grounds out to the shortstop for the first out. Willie Johnson gets a fly ball into center for the second out. Bayak hits a infield single. Jose coming up against Slams, and Jose will ground out to the second baseman to end the inning. We go on to the top of the second. False will strike out swinging for the first out. Trey Martin will get this into the gap for a double. So it's 1 on, 1 out for Rex Fuller. He will get this one into the gap, and that will score Martin as the Raccoons take a 1-0 lead. That is a fly ball to shallow center for the second out. Rayner coming up, and he'll ground out to the shortstop for the third out. So it's 1-0 Space Station. Sarasota coming up with Boyan, Jim, and Johnson, as Boyan will get a double to lead off the inning. Slim Jim coming up, the second baseman. And that is a infield single. So it's 2 on, no out for Zach Johnson Jr. And he will ground out a double play, but that does score the run. Sarasota ties this up at 1. Tater Tots will strike out swinging. So after 2, it's tied at 1. Batman's dad back on the mound, getting ZZ to ground out. Rodriguez will fly out to the right for the first out. Gonzalez will strike out, and that's a quick 1-2-3 inning. Go to the bottom of the third. Gratis leading off with Sanazo and Johnson right after, as Gratis will strike out swinging. Sanazo grounds out to the shortstop. Willie Johnson will fly, hit a little blooper that will be caught by the shortstop, and that's it for the third. We move on to the fourth. That's a base hit for Fry to lead off the inning. False will get a base hit, and 2 on, no out for Trey Martin. Martin will strike out swinging against Batman's dad, and he'll get Foley to strike out. Strobel Jr. will ground out to the shortstop. So game still tied at 1. We move to the bottom of the 4th. Supernova coming up, middle of the order. Bayek, Jose, and Buoyant coming up as Bayek getting a leadoff single. Jose coming up, and he will fly out to left for the first out. Buoyant will take the walk. Slim Jim coming up as he'll hit a little tapper back to the pitcher. He'll go to second for the force. And Johnson Jr. will hit an infield fly to second baseman for the third out. 1 run, 4 hits for both teams. We go to the top of the 5th. Rayner strikes out. Kinsey will fly out to shallow center for the second out. Rodriguez will get a base hit for a 2-out hit for Rodriguez with Gonzalez coming up. Gonzalez will get another 2-out base hit, and there's 2 on, 2 out for Fry, who's hitting .394 now. But they will ground out to the first baseman to end the top of the 5th. We're going to the bottom of the 5th. Tater Tots will get a double at least to lead off the inning for Sarasota. Gratis up next. And he will get a base hit where they send the runner. They will not. First and third, no out for Sanazzo. Sanazzo will get a base hit, and Sarasota takes a 2-1 lead. No outs yet. Willie Johnson coming up. Willie Johnson will fly out to left for the first out. Bayek coming up, and he will strike out swinging. Jose coming up. Jose will fly out to center field to end the inning. Not before Sarasota takes a 2-1 lead. We move on to the top of the 6th. As False will be leading off. He leads off of a single. Martin, Fuller, and Strobel coming up. Martin will ground into a double play. Fuller will get a base hit, a 2-out hit, as Strobel coming up against Batman's dad. And he will fly out to right to end the top of the 6th. Sarasota coming back up again. Buoyant will strike out swinging. Slim Jim coming up, and Zach Johnson Jr. after. And Jim will take the walk against, and there's a pitching change. Hypocrite coming up. And he will strike out Todd. And he will get, he will strike out Johnson and get Todd to fly out to end the 6th. Top of the 7th as Rayner flies out for the first out. Batman's dad still there. He strikes out Kinsey for the second out. Rodriguez will, and a diving catch in left. We move to the bottom of the 7th. Gratis leading things off with a single against Hypocrite. And a ground ball to the third baseman for Sanazzo for a fielder's choice. Johnson strikes out against Hypocrite. And a base hit for Bayek. 2 on, 2 out for Jose. Jose will pop up in the infield, and that will be the end of the 7th. We go to the top of the 8th. Let's see if the Raccoons can get any runs going. Petrovic coming in to pitch, and he will walk Gonzalez for the... And Fry will get plunked. 2 on, no out for False. That's a ground ball, and that's a first and third. 1 out. Martin strikes out against Petrovic. Fuller coming up. Fuller will hit a slow roller, and they will... There's an infield single, and Gonzalez will score, tying the game up at 2. That is a base hit by Strobel Jr., and that will score another run. It's 3-2. They take the lead. Oh, boy. And a little infield pop-up for Rayner to end the inning. Space Station takes a 3-2 lead. Let's see if Sarasota can answer. And Boyan will get a leadoff double. Slim Jim coming up against Ira Moore. Jim will ground out, but Boyan will move to third. Zach Johnson will get a infield single. First and third, 1 out. Tater Tot will strike out against Moore. Gratis grounds out. So they could not score there, and we move to the top of the ninth. Kinsey leading off, and he'll line out to the first baseman. Rodriguez will get an infield single against Draft Bus Jimbo. Gonzalez grounds out and into a double play. Last chance for Sarasota in this game. Top of the order, Sanazo will fly out to left against Ira Clifton. Willie Johnson getting a base hit, so 1-on-1 out for Bayek. Bayek will get a base hit. First and third, 1 out for Jose. Jose with a base hit up the middle, and he ties the game. It's 3-3. Boyan strikes out. Slim Jim strikes out, and we'll go to extras. Oh my goodness. Oh, Fry strikes out to lead off the inning. Top of the 10th. False coming up with Martin right after. Martin will ground out to the first baseman. False will ground out to first baseman. Martin will fly out to center. And we will go to the bottom of the 10th. Johnson, Todd, Gratis coming up. And a line out to center by Johnson. Todd will strike out looking. Wait, is that catcher left-handed? Okay. And a fly out by Gratis. And that is the end of the 10th. Ooh, we're going to the 11th. Fuller leading off with a liner to the right fielder. Strobo Jr. Well, and that is an error on Jimbo, and Strobo will get on base, but Rayner strikes out. Kinsey will ground out to the shortstop as Moffitt comes into pitch. We will go to the bottom of the 11th, top of the order for the Supernovas. Sanazo, Johnson, Beck. Sanazo will ground out for the first out. Johnson will ground out to the shortstop for the second out. Bayek coming up against Jean-Yves, and he will walk back, and Jose will strike out swinging. Game tie at 3. We're going to the top of the 12. That is a ground out by Rodriguez. Gonzalez coming up, and he will ground to the shortstop for the second out. Fry will get a base hit back up the middle. False coming up against Moffitt. 2 out, and he will strike out against Moffitt, who's been dominant this entire tournament. Sarasota coming up at the bottom of the 12. Boyan will ground out to the third baseman of the first out. Slim Jim will fly out deep to right for the second out, and Johnson Jr. will fly out to the left for this. So, yeah, that's it. And we'll move to the top of the 13th. Trey Martin will strike out against Moffitt to lead off the inning. Fuller will strike out. Strobo Jr. as DJ Roach comes into pitch. Strobo Jr. will ground out to the third baseman. And we will move to the bottom of the 13th. Bottom of the order for Supernovas. Todd, Gratis, and Sanazo coming up as Todd strikes out against Jean-Yves, who's been having quite really good. um, but he does give a base hit to Gratis here. Back to the top of the order with Sanazo. And that is a wild pitch as Gratis moves to second. Sanazo will intentionally walked for Willie Johnson. Johnson will be all bases loaded. 1 out for Baek. He will strike out. Swinging. Bases loaded for Jose. Jose will hit a grounder back to the pitcher, and he will be thrown out at first. So they couldn't score, and we go to the 14th. Rayner, Kinsey and Rodriguez coming up as Rayner strikes out against DJ Roche. I will get some water after this, so. As Rodriguez will ground out. It's a 14-inning game. This is just, it's going to just keep going. Oh boy. Boyens, Jim, and Johnson Jr. coming up against Hosh Jader. As Boyen flies out for the first out. Ground out by Jim for the second out. Zach Johnson Jr. will strike out against Jader. And we will go to the 15th. What time is it? Gonzalez gets it's 6:45 p.m. in Eastern Standard. And they bobbled it, so it's 2 on, no out. It's False coming in, and he will walk against Roach. This is bases loaded, no out. Jackson Bentley coming in this pitch, but he will give up a single, and 2 runs will score. 5-3. Raccoons. As Fuller strikes out for the first out. Strobo will ground into a double play to end the inning. So let's see if the Supernovas have anything left in them. Tot, Gratis, and Sanazo coming up against Hosh Jader. As Tot strikes out for the first out. Gratis will ground out to the shortstop for the second out. Last chance is Sanazo. And he will strike out, and the Raccoon stays alive. Only took him 15 innings. Whew. 2:47 in the morning. Oh boy. Bayek with a 4 or 6 game to keep and I guess Fuller over 3 for 7 game to kind of keep the space stations alive. Lots of pitchers used. Pretty good pitching overall, but Roche takes the loss. Jader takes the win. Player of the game is Batman's dad, who gave up 1 run, 7 strikeouts over 7 innings. This is not just recycling. This is in honor. Our theme is space, in honor of the Lunar's whatever Space Rangers. Because we're expanding into space. So and this is a tribute to the Sarasota Supernovas. So not just recycling their name. Whew. Okay, so we're gonna go into game 5. Someone throw up a prediction. I'm gonna go get a drink of water because that was a very long game, and I'll be back in a minute. Winner, chicken dinner. Okay. All right. All right, so the pitchers are Phil Donahue and Jeffrey Lebowski for this Game 5. And we're going to kick it off. And I am probably just not going to say as much because... It's okay. He doesn't have to be nice to me. So... Oh, Sanazo throwing someone out at third. That was very nice. Oh. And we will have the Supernovas coming up. This top of the order. Well, Willie Johnson. Getting a base hit. Van, I don't know if I want to let all you guys on. I don't even know who's in there right now. Let's take a look. Yeah, let's take a peek. Oh, it's only you guys. Okay. Maybe. I'll see. Kind of hoping that's... So we are going to the bottom of the second, and Buoyant will lead off with a single. Zach Johnson Jr. coming up, and he will get a single as well. So 2 on, no out with Tater Tot. Tater Tot hits this one deep. That is gone. Tater Tot, 3-run shot, giving Sarasota a 3-0 lead. Huge hit there. Gratis coming up and he strikes out swinging. And Jose will fly out to the right field for the second out, and Bayek will walk. Willie Johnson coming up, and that is a wild pitch as Bayek will get to second base. Willie Johnson strikes out for the, and that will be end of the second. So it's 3-0 Sarasota. Let's see if they can close it out here, or will the Raccoons stay alive? Rodriguez flies out. Gonzalez flies out to center for the second out. Fry will hit this one fairly deep, but that will be caught in the in right field for the third out. Oh, did he drop it? Man, there's a lot of drop fly balls here. Oh, boy. Zach Johnson Jr. lines this back out to the pitcher to end the third. We're going to the top of the fourth. Sarasota up 3-0. Phil Donahue pitching really well right now. Does give up a single to Trey Martin. Fuller coming up. Fuller will ground into a double play to end the inning, or end the top of the fourth. To the bottom of the fourth, Supernova is coming up. Tater Tot, Gratis, and Jose come. Tater Tot will ground out to the third baseman for the first out. Gratis will take the walk as Jose comes up. And Jose will strike out, but Gratis will take second on the steal. Bayek will hit this one deep to center, but that will be caught. So the Supernova is still up 3-0. Strobo Jr. pops out into foul territory for the first out. Rayner flies out to the right for the second out. Kinsey flies out to the left. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for Phil Donahue, who is sporting a 1.42 ERA in this tournament. Willie Johnson will get a base hit to lead things off in the bottom of the 5th. Slim Jim coming up, and that is a ground ball, and that's a fielder's choice. Sanazo will take the walk, so 2 on, 1 out for Buoyant as he flies out to the left field, as Johnson strikes out. So still 3-0 Sarasota. Rodriguez strikes out against Phil Donahue for the first out. He lowers his ERA to 1.35 as he gets Gonzalez to fly out for the second out. Fry will get a base hit, 2-out hit. False coming up, and that will be a strikeout. So Phil Donahue, 6 innings, no earned run. Huge start here for him. Sarasota coming up against. So Todd takes the walk as Jader comes into the pitch. And he walks Gratis. And Jose comes up with 2 on, no out. Jose will ground out to third, and that would be a fielder's choice. So it's still first and second with 1 out. Bayek will get dropped in a base hit. And will they send a run in? No, they would not. Bases loaded. 1 out. Top of the order for Willie Johnson. Johnson will strike out looking against Jader. Slim Jim will hit this one fairly, hit this one to the right, and that will end the inning. So Sarasota will load up the bases, but cannot tag on any more runs. There's a base hit by Martin to lead off the inning. Fuller lines out to the center fielder, first out. Jackson Bentley comes in to pitch. Strobo Jr. strikes out. Rayner will ground out to the shortstop, so no runs. The Raccoons can't get anything going. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 3-0 Sarasota. As Sanazo strikes out to lead off the inning against Hypocrites. Buoyant will get... the throw is off, so he is safe. But Johnson Jr. grounds into the fielder's choice. As Tater Tots will get to this one to the wall, and that will be a triple for Tater Tots as he has knocked in all 4 runs for Sarasota. Gratis will strike out. And so Sarasota extend the lead to 4-0. Jose will ground out to the first base, shortstop for the first out. Rodriguez flies out to left, and Gonzalez will strike out against Jackson Bentley. So no offense for the Raccoons. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 4-0 Sarasota. And Jose will get a base hit. This is a double past the third baseman to lead off the inning. Bayek will drop this in for a single, but they will hold Jose at third. So first and third, no out for Willie Johnson, who will ground into a fielder's choice, but that does score Jose, giving Sarasota a 5-0 lead. Slim Jim sky this into shallow center for the second out. Sanazo will strike out swinging, and we will go to the top of the 9th. Last chance for the Raccoons. As Fry will fly out to right for the first out. False will get a single. 1 on, 1 out. Trey Martin coming up. And he'll strike out. Fuller, last chance. And he will get this one down the line, so that should score a run. There's an RBI double for Fuller. Strobo Jr. will take the walk against Bentley. Why is he still in the game? Moffitt comes in. And a line out from Rayner, and that is it. The Supernovas will win the series 4-1. And Jose gets like his 7th. Jose gets like his 7th Prospect Showcase tournament victory. Jose has been more successful than anybody else ever. Oh my goodness, you can't write this stuff up. But hitting wise, unfortunately for space stations, they got a few hits here and there, but just couldn't string anything together. Sarasota Tater Tots let them with a 3-run homer and an RBI triple later. Over on the pitching side, Lebowski takes the loss. Phil Donahue takes the win with 6 shutout innings. And Moffitt getting the save. And player of the game is Tater Tot, driving in driving the first 4 runs for Sarasota. Oh boy, Jose too good. Yes, Jose is too good. Just absolutely goated. So, in some ways, I'm glad it's over. We're not going any longer. So just want to thank all everybody for joining me on this, and good luck to all the season 36 draftees tomorrow. I do not know what time the draft is yet, which reminds me I need to go find out. There's a chance that I am streaming it, and I will be streaming it really late. But we will see. Well, I'll try to get that sorted out in the next few hours. In terms of the timeline, like I said, minors draft is tomorrow. Sunday we'll have the awards for season 34. I know that it might be a little hard for the new people to kind of, but I always found awards a good chance to kind of get to know the names, at least player names of the league. So always good to get yourself a little more familiarized. Other than that, next week is spring training. Spring training starts on Thursday. There's 2 spring training stems, one on Thursday, one on Saturday. So your player legitimately will get a chance to play for your team. First time you see yourself playing for your team on Thursday. So that's next week, and then the week following that will be the start of the regular season. If you have any questions whatsoever about anything, feel free to DM me or go ask in the rookie server. We're here to help and to really help you guys just enjoy the league and succeed in whatever way that you think you can. I am glad I still get a chance to do this. I'll be honest, I don't know how much longer I can, I'll be able to do the Prospect Showcase. I'll just keep going until I can't. But I hope you guys get a fun, a little bit of fun getting a glimpse of your players. And I'm sorry if especially your pitcher, you didn't get yourself to see yourself on stream. Pitching is a little bit hard at times, but anyways, it is 7:00 for me, and I probably have to get running, so eat because I'm hungry. But again, good luck to you guys tomorrow. And it might be me streaming it, so who knows? We'll see. And that's it. So thank you for joining me, and you guys go have yourself a great weekend if I don't get a chance to talk to any of you. So okay, bye-bye.